All right, guys. It's a halfway point. That means State of the Union. Fontan State of the Union. Oh, no. Sorry, wrong week. This is the Football Institute of Technical Technology, State of the Union. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Here we go. We count them down from 10th to 1st. Overview of how the league's going. State of the Union is strong, baby. At 10, we got Chuck Ducks and V-Bucks. That's Seamus's team. Let's see what he's got. Oh, Seamus has a 2-5 record. Still got a shot getting his act together here, honestly. 6 teams make the playoffs. I don't think anybody's out of it. If Seamus is in it at 2-5, everybody's in it. That's the good thing about this league. When you do a 10-team league, you can load up on talent. So don't let this record fool you. I think Seamus has the potential quarterback MVP, at least in my opinion, in Lamar. CD, rough start. Dak struggling, but he can kick it into gear anytime. Make no mistake about it. London, Aaron Jones, Chubb, Deontay. What else does he have? Decent bench. Needs to drop by Yuck. I mean, that's just, why is he on your bench? Not paying attention over there in Thailand. He's not even going to see this video unless I send it to him on Discord. But he has Brooks, who's making his debut this week. That Carolina running back. Chubb has been holding it down. Meanwhile, let's see what he has to do. See what he comes out and does. That'd be nice to see. Mahomes and Hopkins. That actually could be something. We all know what Hopkins did here in Arizona. And when you get a good quarterback throwing him the ball, watch out. Could be a potential huge connection and a huge get for Seamus. Overall, this doesn't sound like a last place team, to be honest. The bust on this team is ETN. I think Bigsby took his job. So maybe look at moving him. 9th place, we got Fade and myself. This is my nephew, Dan Jr. Another team that feels loaded, but the record and the names don't really match. Sometimes it's more who you play that week than basically how many points you scored. Because a lot of teams will be up in the top tier of points scored, but their record doesn't reflect that because you can't pick who you play, and you might have some bad beats. I can certainly attest to that in my other league. But you know how it goes. That's not what this is. You play head to head. So, for Dan, I think one of his problems is Bijan hasn't been himself, probably because of the usage of Algier and game script or whatever. I mean, Gibbs has been awesome for him when that Knuckles Sonic combo with Monty. That's he's got I guess he's got Sonic and Monty would be Knuckles, right? But that's solid. Zay Flowers, Slim Reaper. He's got Jaden Daniels, who before he gets hurt is right up there in that conversation for best quarterback. Second best kicker on the planet in Tucker. Dan Jr. makes a few moves and he's right back in it. I tell you, don't be stubborn, Dan. I know you don't like to trade that much. You always think someone's getting over. It ain't like that. People are just trying to make their team better. And sometimes when you do these trades, you make your team better, you make their team better, everybody wins. So I don't know what the hesitation in this league is for trading, but there's not a lot of movement going on. We have more trades in my other leagues in the first week before there was even a ball kicked than there's been in the whole first half of this league. Obviously besides Kurt, who blows up the chat and really just talks to himself. Sorry, Kurt. It's true, though. 8th place, we got Declan, Comedy of Errors. Good name for this team. He's at 3-4, but he's taken some bad injuries. Jonathan Taylor. Mason, he just traded for Mason and CMC, which both have been plagued with injury. But when CMC comes back, that's a huge bump for Deck. He made this trade with Kurt. Kurt got Saquon and Cup. Declan got CMC and Devontae Adams, who's reunited with Rodgers soon. And all these people saying, oh, Rodgers lost a step, or Devontae lost a step. Idiots. That's all I can say about this knee-jerk NFL. The reactions in the NFL week to week are just kind of laughable. Oh, this guy's done. He's toast. The game didn't dictate he was going to, or the matchups were what they were. Like, everybody freaks out. You got Devontae Adams, you got Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be a combination. I don't care what anyone says. So, overall, solid team deck. Tank Dell, now that Nico's hurt, is all of a sudden relevant again. Laporta hasn't done anything close to last year, but who's to say he won't? Nobody knows. He'll hit a stride. B-Rob Jr., you got some good players. The problem with Declan is, in most of this league, to be honest, you don't make trades. You work 3 phases when there's 4. You draft well. Everybody drafts well. Everybody does the waiver wire well. Start and sit. Obviously, people do that well. But when it comes to 4 phases, you need to trade to make your team better. And I could see like the extremes here. Like, you don't want to be Kurt or me trading too much. We overtrade. I'll own that. But when you undertrade, it's just as bad. Because here's the problem. Everybody thinks they're a genius. Oh, I drafted the best team. No, you didn't. You didn't do it. You didn't draft the best team. You need to make it better. There's a trade out there. Go get it. But, again, we have stubborn people like Declan who won't do it. Kurt, speaking of trades, goes right to Kurt. Like I said, voice of the group chat, mostly talking to himself. And, hey, he's the leader in trades. Might not be a good thing the way he trades so much. That was previous my role, and Mark Lent used to tell me that I would trade away my whole team and have a whole different team by halfway through the season, which he was right, and I actually won a few times doing that. But Kurt's having some serious QB issues. Kyler and Sam Darnold. They don't call him sample size Sam for no reason. This guy, he gets enough games under his belt. He's going to show you the shit he's going to put up there for you. He gave me 2 points. Gave me 2 points 1 week. You need some?
Yeah, why are you talking shit on Miles?
I'll talk shit on Miles every day. He earned his shit.
No.
Dropping the N-bomb.
Dude.
On the chat. Come on,
funny.
bro. I was funny back to him. I'm in the video right now.
My bad.
No, it's all right. I'll talk to you about it after, though. Sorry about that, guys. Back to Kurt. Yeah, and if you just heard that exchange, we have another league where in the chat, one of the kids dropped an M-bomb. I'm going to call you out on this video when you do shit like that. Sorry. Anyway, where was I? Sam Darnold and Kyler. Yeah, that's QB issues right there, Kurt. You might need to make a trade. Darnold gave me a 2-point game once when I threw him in for, just as a fill-in. Sorry, he's dead to me. Running back room's nice. Saquon and James Cook, you just traded for Saquon. Beautiful trade. You got Amari going to the Bills, which is going to help. Waddle's getting Tua back. Huge bump for you, Kurt. Harrison Jr. and Kyler did not work out, or so far has not worked out. That could. That guy's obviously talented. I have always believed in Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison Jr. flashes this year. But, you thought it was going to be a thing, Kurt. Unfortunately, it is a thing. It's just a bad thing. So not the thing you wanted, but we'll see. I don't want to sound like Kamala Harris here with this word salad, but, is what it is. Also, hard luck loss of Mike Evans. You're looking safe at 3-4. League's wide open, honestly. So not bad start for you, Kurt, halfway through. 6th place, we got Mark Lent, my one of my buddies here, and Declan's godfather, by the way. Mark's sitting at 3-4. He went with the Homer QB selection. I don't love that. No pun intended. I actually, I do think that if Love didn't get hurt on that piece of shit field overseas, whatever country that was it Mexico or some shit? They were playing on a soccer field. And I might have said it to Mark. Text somebody, go, he's going to get hurt. This field's a piece of shit. He's going to get hurt. There's no doubt about it. And what happens? He gets hurt. So he could be doing better. But listen, Mark, you got two good quarterbacks. You might have a better quarterback on your bench in Goff. Just my opinion. But AJ Brown, Connor, Debo's got pneumonia, but we all know Debo's a freak. You got Puka coming back, maybe from injury soon. Mooney had those that one game where he looked like a world beater. Also, best receiver on the Niners right now is on your team. The guy that was shot up to pieces. When your best receiver has got more holes than Swiss cheese in him, that's panic time for 49ers, which is nice to see them finally panicking because they've been unstoppable with all this talent. But good to see a sad state of affairs for them. And Ricky P he's a weapon, but he can't be relied on to be the guy. Not yet. Or maybe not ever, but definitely not yet. And he's still healing from, the wireless hole puncher on him. Nice pickup of Bateman, Mark. Nice. That should be helpful. But watch out for this team. I expect Mark to be a contender. Need to see some trading to make his team better. From most of you guys anyway, and definitely more. Fifth place, we got my brother-in-law, legendary Sean Hargrove. Used to go by Chicago Hitman, goes by W now. Love it. This guy never loses a trade. That might explain why he never hits accept on mine, because I'm always trying to do my thing. He's doing his thing, and we just can't hit a trade. I don't know what he told me that, and I'm like, holy shit, that makes sense. So I said to him, why do we never trade? He's like, because you don't throw good deals to me, and I try to win my trades. He made a good point. Solid, as always, a solid running back room for Sean. I think he has the best fantasy running back in Williams, Kyrie Williams. I think he's on a streak of touchdowns. Seems like every game he gets a touchdown, multiple, double-digit point games. I think he has the longest streak. Someone can fact check me. I don't care. Either way, this is a solid team. Legit starters: Baker May, Amon-Ra, Josh Jacobs, best tight end in Bowers. Who would have thought that? On a shit team, doesn't matter. This is fantasy. This isn't, who cares about anything else. He's doing it. And I think he's the number one target. He might be the number one target. He's got McScoring on the bench. His strength is his starters, but he could flip a guy like Terry and, add some depth. Also, Javonte Williams finally living up to what everybody thought he would be. He's the last 3 years, everybody's talking about this guy. It's been dog shit, or he got injured, or whatever. Now he's finally living up to that. So that's a good guy to have, waiting in the wings. I see a serious contender in this team, guys. Watch out for Sean. Now, I'm in fourth place. I won't spend too much time on my team, but, I'm going to stick with Hurts, even though he hasn't been himself with the little tush push and, all the changes that have gone on over there. He's loaded with talent on that team. Loaded with receivers, running back. I'm going to stick with him. Neighbors is a league winner before he knocked himself out cold. That nasty headbang. I got the Cheetah, who's going to have Tua back. Mixon, Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt was picked up off waivers, so that was a nice pickup for me. Kelsey's been shit. I don't even call him Kelsey. I call him Cleese, because that's how Declan used to say his name when he was little. Second fastest man on the Finns, Devin A-Chain. I got him as well. My bench is also loaded. Monty, Dobbins, Brian Thomas Jr., Tua Hawkinson, Rome, Keenan. This is a kind of team that honestly feels like someone else's team. It feels nasty. It's like a team I usually look at and say, I wish I had that team. Now, that being said, I probably still don't make the playoffs. That's just how, when you got a team like this, or you have a team that someone burned me hard one year. They said, dude, your team looks awesome if it was a year ago. And that hit me. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. This was a fucking all-star team a year ago. So it's not that kind of team, but when I got a team like this that I have, it just feels too loaded. That's how this works sometimes, but we shall see. Hopefully, I can squeak into the playoffs, and this team could definitely make a run. Third place, one of my favorite people on the planet's Pops. Dude, we've known each other, worked together for a long time, go way back. Easily, this is your best start since joining Fit. You're 4-3, but you have a team that is a force. You got CJ. Now he's not even the CJ of last year. If he was, watch out. You'd be undefeated. DK's hurt, but having a nice campaign this year. Brees Hall hasn't been the monster we know he can be yet. Chuba, been nice holding down the fort on a bad team. McBride, quietly one of the top 3 tight ends in football. You got a nice bench. The things that'll start making you think about the NBA early is the injuries to Pacheco and Nico Collins. That hurt you bad. But there's no need to switch over to the NBA yet, Pops. I know you want to. But no, you don't. You got a good team here. You're going to be in it. You're going to make the playoffs 100%. You got a good kicker in that Aubrey, who is double-digit points every game, I think. He's been ridiculous. This is the best team you put together. You mix in a trade. I know you're stubborn with that, but you need to do some trades, bro. You should be there. Definitely making the playoffs, like I said, barring injuries. Second place, we got DeKayla and Joey. This is a guy that's been in, I think he's in multiple leagues of mine. I'm pretty sure. I know he's in Flaunt. I'm not sure if he's in Locker Room Talk. He's not, I don't think. But he's always been around. DeKayla, I don't know what the hell your team name means. I don't know if that's a troll on Declan, but a scary team. Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, Ken Walker, the third. Is he the third? I think he's the third. Swift, Pickens. Tight end's kind of Cole Kmet, I don't know. He's probably had some good games, but doesn't move the needle. Your bench has some weapons. Najee Harris is sneaky good this year. He won me a league one year on the last game. Just kind of, I'll always love Najee for that. I think it was last year or the year before, but he's hot this year. He's been a little wild on the mic too in the locker room if anyone caught that. But guy's awesome. Caleb Williams is I think on your bench. He's a freak, dude. Joey, we made fun of Joey and Frankie and all the Chicago guys about Williams and Sean. I'd given him a hard time, but Williams might be a freak, like a weirdo. But looks like a decent pro, and he's only played a few games. Watch out for his future. Chicago's got to be feeling good. Smart pickup of Tracy Jr. I grabbed him in 2 other leagues. You got him in this one, Joey. And you got McMillan, we talked about the San Francisco receiving problems. Both should see an increase in playing time, but I don't know if it's going to be long-term for McMillan. It's just a kind of a spot start for you maybe. Honestly, this is going to be a battle to win this crown. There's no clear favorite, and this team is just as solid as the last few that I've mentioned. So good job, Joey. And now for the guy that's in the lead, the guy that everybody's gunning for. He's number one. He's earned it. He's got a great team. But we're coming for you worse than they're coming for Trump. We're gunning for you. Is that too soon? It's probably too soon. I'm kidding. But Bob Lamp. This is the man. He's the elder statesman in the league. Much respect to Bob, always. One of my favorite people. Rock solid team. Joe Burrow started slow, but then finding Chase. Bob also stacked Chase. He has Chase and Joe, so that's a nice stack. Huge pickup of Kraft. He picked up the tight end, and then for Green Bay. And then Kraft has been having some games. He had that one really big game. I think last week he had another nice game. He got Jaden Reed, total stud, burner. All their receivers are good on that team, but that's the leader. That's the wide receiver one for sure. He got Kamara, might have a broken hand, probably doesn't matter. That guy will wrap that shit up and just tape that fucker and just keep running the ball. Also has, I didn't even mention Henry yet. He's got Henry. This team it's not fair. This might be the team to beat, but also you got to do the 4 phases. I haven't seen any trades for Bob's. I think he's been talking. Maybe he has, though. I think he was talking with Kurt. He might have did a trade with Kurt. I could be wrong. I got him in multiple leagues, guys. So excuse me. Nice pieces on your bench. Warren, Olave, Addison, all decent. You could be unstoppable with the right trade. That's all I'm saying. But you listen, guys. State of the Union is strong and fit. Football Institute of Technical Technology is my oldest league. I've got some of my great friends in here, and I appreciate you guys. Just wanted to give that report card. Try to make it quick. Sorry, 20 minutes, but you don't want to listen. That's cool too. Anyway, catch you in the funny papers. Later.